Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at Adrian College TV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
Continue to take pride and learn from Asa Mahan's leadership today. Years of commitment to harnessing the power of creativity, ingenuity, community, and academic excellence.
I believe that if you get your degree here, the world is going to feel like it's shrinking.
Thursday night hockey inside the Arrington Ice Arena. No better place to be on a Thursday evening in Adrian, Michigan. Welcome inside the AIA. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us for a good MD1 tilt tonight. Saginaw Valley State University, Adrian College Bulldogs. Game number 2 of this end of work week. Waiting for the goal horn there. End of work week series. Last night the Bulldogs absolutely blasted the Cardinals. It was a 13-0 win for Adrian all over the ice. Completely outshot the opponent. The shot total 74-17. We had 9 different goal scorers. Blake Weidman picked up his second hat trick of the year. The offense was absolutely rolling, and of course a massive milestone is going to go out to one of the Bulldog captains in Justin Jammer. Scored his 100th point last night as an MD1 dog. There have been a couple of players to do it, but he joins a really elite group of players.
And the best part about it is his 100th point was a goal off of his own chest. So right off the AC logo, that's absolutely poetic.
You got to wear it. I mean, you wear it on your sweater every night, represent the Shield, and taking one off and giving it right back. So beautiful things for Justin Jammer. Carter McLeod, also one of the freshmen in the lineup, got his first ACHA goal last night. So happy to see him get his first marker of his young MD1 career. But overall, yesterday was just a solid game for the Bulldogs. You take a look sort of at the split between them and SVSU, and it's kind of lopsided, but a game that you can sort of compare to Syracuse from a couple of weeks ago, where you know going into it you're the better opponent, but you still have to dominate. We rewind the clocks a little bit a few weeks ago. If you remember, of course, Adrian split with Syracuse. They took game 1 in regulation. The second game they wound up tying and then losing in a shootout, of course. But another day 2 that's really important for the Bulldogs, even though they know that they have the upper hand.
Yeah, especially when you beat a team how badly they did last night. It's hard to get going right off the jump and get excited about the game too. You feel like it's just another game, it's just business, just trying to get the work done. But this squad over by the Cardinals, they're up and they're ready to go. They're pumped up. They want to do the same thing that Syracuse did and have another upset.
And to their credit, they have a number of really solid players on their roster. We're going to see a new goaltender in net for SVSU and Nick Pike tonight as well. So going to be looking for him to make some big saves as well. But you have to come into the arena with a lot of energy. And even yesterday in the later stages of the third period was standing by the bench, and you could see that they were still hungry to try and find one on the board. So I have to agree and imagine that likely SVSU is going to come out with some thunder.
Yeah, they also hit 2 posts last night as well. And one of those was almost right away in the first period. So if they score that goal, maybe something changed as well in that game. So they're looking to maybe capitalize on the opportunities that they have and trying to change the perspective of this game completely.
And this game really is important for the Bulldogs too. I would say for the most part, for everybody's standards around the league, the Bulldogs haven't had necessarily the start that they have wanted to this season. A couple of games that they dropped early on that they didn't really want to, some that were closer than others. You think of the Pitt game that they won in overtime. But if you're going forward and you're looking towards the Niagara series, you're looking towards the Liberty series again later on in the season when they drive down to Lynchburg, you're looking to nationals, how are you going to get back on track with making sure that when you're playing the tougher opponents that you're not splitting?
Well, I think it talks about this game right here, especially where you play a lesser opponent, but you have to have the same mentality like you're playing a Liberty, like you're playing in Ohio. You have to always have that same mindset no matter what the team is. So if they want to start that type of thing down in nationals, it's not going to work out for them. It has to start right now.
If there's one message that you think is flowing through the locker room, whether it be from the leadership group or the coaching staff, what do you think is being articulated to them?
I think it's all about intensity. You have to have the right intensity. Every single puck you need to get to. You need to win those battles. And it doesn't matter who you're playing on the other side. If you don't win those battles, then it's going to be a little bit hard to win the hockey game.
Thursday night hockey here at the AIA, opening puck drop soon to come. Saginaw Valley State University and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman will be right back. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
The diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Thursday night in the AIA, Saginaw Valley State University and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Game number 2 of this end of work week series. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here on ACTV. Should be a fun one here from home ice. Bulldogs getting the luxury of getting to play 2 home games in a row. Doesn't always happen. A lot of the series, of course, home and home, but Bulldogs getting to say in their own barn here tonight. Everybody on their feet on the benches. 20 minutes will go up on the score clock. Everybody gathered up at center. We get the okay, and the whistle. Puck is dropped, and we are underway from the AIA. Cardinals take the opening face-off and bobble it just on top of the blue line. Sebastian Smith will dump this puck in deep. Running it around the board. Some early physicality from the Bulldogs as you hear the stick taps on the bench. 1-on-2 in the far corner. That's Cash Regan. Will dump a backhand pass to Smith. Rips a shot. Early save from Pike as he keeps out a nice chance off the forehand of Sebastian Smith. Regan looking towards the net. Fakes the shot. Will wrap around. No lane for him. Throws it in between the slot. Nobody there to catch the pass. Turin slides it off for Regan. Looks to the net. Cross ice. Shot. Save made. The rebound stays out. Two nice stops from Pike as he's being tested early. Kept in just in front of the blue line. Turin. Rister scores! Mateo Turin gets the scoring going. And it's 1-0, an early lead for the Bulldogs.
It just seems like deja vu from yesterday. Yesterday was all short side goals, and the problem for the Cardinals is not clearing this puck, and Mateo just picks his corner top right over the ear of Pike and into the net. 1-0 Bulldogs.
Neutral zone dump in. McLaughlin to retrieve it. Here's Marley. Will send it up for Reimer, who's got some speed up the right wing. Racing his way down. Fakes on the forehand. Now looks towards the slot area. Gajewski will tip it out of midair. Marley along the wall to McLaughlin. Sends a shot on. Tipped in front. Pike will shrug the shoulder and keep it out. Gajewski with a nice hit along the half wall. This will rip around the boards as Reimer unable to keep that puck in, but is able to steal it back in front of the scorer's table. Saucer pass cross ice for Gajewski. Lets a half slap shot go off the top of the glove of Pike. Turin with his 8th goal of the season as a massive hit from Reimer pops the brain bucket off of Reese Furtado, who is unhappy as he goes towards the bench.
Bulldogs starting on what they did yesterday with just a relentless offense forecheck from them. It's just causing a bunch of havoc for the Cardinals in the defensive zone. You see a bunch of rim pucks all the way around, and it's quick turnovers and going the other way.
Neutral zone draw. This is sent over. Blair will slash it in deep, heading after it. Cardinals looking to get to work. Good move from Smith. Makes his way to the net, flashing the leather. Is Dylan Eliason as he'll pick up his first stop of the night.
Yeah, first one was a tester too, right at the bottom of the circle off of a turnover and a nice move. But he flashes the leather and makes a nice save.
Starting to see Dylan Eliason pop up in a couple more games this season. The freshman played his last junior hockey with the Utica Comets in the NCDC over in the north part of New York.
He seems super relaxed in that too. You can kind of just tell, and he just looks good. He's been looking good so far throughout this year.
Picked up the first win against Ohio in their series last week, and then they fell to the Bobcats in game number 2. As Weidman will make his way towards the net, tries to stuff it, is denied just at the last second. And another player we have to talk about right there, number 3, Blake Weidman. He's been red hot lately.
Yeah, you would think that the red hotness has stopped, but then yesterday, unbelievable performance from him with 3 goals. 2 of them were absolutely gross.
Up through the neutral zone, going back to collect is Blake Hilterman as he'll leave a soft pass for Strasky. Schaumburger will pick up the pieces and make his way in front of his own bench. Gets separated from the puck. And now a nice feed for Mintz. Outside lane, no look for him. As Mott, fresh to the ice, will play it back at his own blue line. Flipping it through the neutral zone, hits the ice. DeStefanis will try and send it out and is able to do so. Seigert straight down Broadway now to the left wing, gets rid of it as Ziskinder will open up to make a play. Mins to Schaumburger, tries to flex it through traffic, but the stop there on the log jam as this puck sent into the Saginaw Valley bench. So we'll get a stoppage of play. 16:46 left to go here in this first period. Starting to see some newer names out for the Bulldogs for this game that ordinarily you don't often see, but nice to see that they're getting playing time. You saw Jonah Ziskinder on that last shift. Blake Hilterman, another one of those good defensemen in his sophomore season with the Bulldogs. Carter McLeod making his second appearance of the weekend, trying to earn his spot in the lineup as well. Bergeson gets rid of it. Reagan looking to start something in the corner. That hit off the head official as Turin got to it. Regan racing after it. Stick checks on number 9 in Max Pelletier. And a glove save off the wrist shot. Pike will hold on, and almost 4 minutes into this one, Pike seeing 8 shots already in this game, and I'm sure there's going to be many more coming his way.
Yeah, he had a couple of great saves, and he was starting off hot until that turn goal, but you would expect him to have his work cut out for him in today's contest for sure.
Offensive faceoff is won, but it splits the D pairing as Zaski has to speed up to get to the puck. This is swiped for Turin, who will dump it in deep. Heading after it is Smith. Up to the top of the circle, Turin, a backhand chip off the boards, taken away by Smith. Goes 1-on-2, Smith to the front. Looked for the cross crease feed, but it jumped over his blade. Looks to dump it deep, is able to do so. Regan to the net front area, also denied. Smith goes inside and out on the boards. Turin, with his back to the play, distributes a pass to Regan. Top of the circle, pass to McLaughlin, down to the left hash mark. Turin shooting, rebound, Smith scores! And there it is. Goal number 100 for Sebastian Smith as an Adrian College Bulldog.
Yeah, this one is just a confusing defensive play here as we have a wide open Turin, and he's going to find Smith on the rebound, and goal number 100 for Sebastian Smith. Congratulations to him. And the Dogs are up by 2.
We were looking at some of the statistics pre-game, and we knew that Smith was at 99. If we have everything correct here, he now joins an ultra-elite group of Bulldogs. One of 3 players in MD1 program history to hit the 100 goal marker. He's joined by his older brother Connor Smith and Brad Coburn. But the captain, also known as Bubba, reaching triple digits in his illustrious career. 2-0 Dogs, 14:50 left to go here in the first period. Off to a quick and fast start are the yellow, black, and white. Reimer with a feed downhill to Marley as he'll escort for Gajewski. This is turned over and taken the other way by the Cardinals. Soft pass towards the slot, backhand, shrugging it off was Eliasson. Had to make another save in tight. Far side corner, that's Bryson Smith. Takes it at the blue line and flips it low, bouncing through a pair of feet. The pickup from Ziskinder on top of the paint. So we'll clear the zone. Saginaw will have to reset as a back pass is sent for Blair. And he'll give it off to his D partner. Racing up the ice. Quick shot, sticked away by Eliasson. Came off the blade of Ethan O'Malley. Jammer to Weidman as he sends it sky high and up into the 2019-2020 NCHA League Championship banner. One of many hanging from the rafters here at the AIA. They just seem to never stop wherever you look.
Yeah, those banners just show pristineness of this college, really, and the hockey that is here.
Millmine in the circle with DeCalloway. As DeCalloway is thrown out, we'll change places with Weidman. Millmine playing it through the legs of Weidman as he sends a nice hit along the boards. Hard pass sent out, taken away from Mott. Transitions from defense to offense. Mott heading towards the front, tried to sneak it backhand, and it just sailed wide. Good look for Nathaniel Mott to join the play off the blue line. You know he's one of the faster skaters on the team, and every so often will join the rush.
And you can tell by his acceleration, too.
Jammer with an in-tight chance is denied. As Beagle looking to clear the zone, Zaski steps up, rips a shot on Pike. Will find it through a pair of legs and cover up for the whistle. 13:07 left to go here in the first.
I would expect more shots from the point today, too. It's what we saw yesterday. A lot of tip pucks in front of the net and good screens. So it worked perfectly yesterday, so there's no point of changing anything up.
Up to the blue line, a backhand chop from Zaski. Will trot its way down low, walking the line, Zaski. Will slide it for Schaumburger. D to D for McLaughlin, and the Bulldogs are just barely offsides.
Yeah, that one was super close. From our point of view, it looked like it was onsides, but obviously we don't have that ice level view that the linesman did, and he called it differently.
Schaumburger with the neutral zone draw win. McLaughlin to Zaski. It is fired around the boards. Belzeal pops it up into the air, can't control it. Now to the slot. Mins, a backhand, one-timer, scores! Schaumburger on the slick feed from Caleb Mins, and it's 3-0 Dogs.
Yeah, this is all Mins here with an amazing pass, and Schaumburger calls for it after a turnover, and he's just calling for it wide open, backdoor, nothing that Pike can do about it. Amazing dish from Mins, and it's 3-0 Bulldogs.
Well, we knew that the offense was clicking yesterday, but this is on all 7 cylinders. As Turin will dance with it at the line. It's through the feet of Smith. He'll have to dump it back deep. Saginaw with a couple of chances of their own, but really having difficulty keeping the puck out of their defensive zone. Reagan with a good pass to Turin. Now for Smith, looking, shooting, save made, puck in the air, tipped out of midair. It's high-sticked, and then touched up by the Cardinals before it will exit the zone. Hilterman steps up to try and separate the body from the puck. Sahir lost control of it. Diagonal pass for Smith. He'll turn on the Jets and find himself on the left wing. Opens up and drops for Turin. Turin will circle the zone. Bounce pass off the boards for Mott. Flipped in towards the net front, but off target. Swept around, Mott again. Will dig in deeper. Turin back to the blue line, lost it at the last second, and again the Bulldogs just barely offsides. So I'm sure they're not as concerned at the very moment.
One thing that I could notice is that the Cardinals' defense is kind of just losing the Bulldogs in the defensive zone. There's just a couple of mishaps where some Dogs have been left wide open, and they've resulted in a couple of goals.
This is what happens when you have a high-powered offense like the Bulldogs do, as Marley will take this to the net, sneaks it in, and scores! Luke Marley will add another, and it's 4-0 Bulldogs.
Yeah, it's just like we were talking about it. There's going to be that third guy coming in, and he's got 2 Cardinals right there, and they can't get to him in time, and makes a nice move to the right side, but goes back to the left and puts it home.
This game running really out of the hands of SVSU rather quickly. DeCalloway pirouettes Sends a pass towards Weidman, off target. Jammer to DeCalloway, who backhands for Ziskinder. D to D for Mott. Sends it in. It's blocked before it reached the net. Back up top for Mott. Slaps it over for Jammer. Makes his way through two Cardinals. Turning and shooting. Blockered away by Pike. Blair gets caught up underneath the red line and forces a turnover as this is flipped all the way out of the zone. Last man back is Mott. Saginaw admits the line change. Bulldogs break out. Pass to Jammer. Wrist shot, glove save made by Pike. And he'll grab it out of the air for the stoppage.
And the Dogs are doing good at using that F3 right now, that third forward in, the trailer. As you saw in that last play, Jammer was the third one in, and Wyman took his time and found him, and Jammer had a good scoring opportunity.
Mins a drop pass for Schaumburger. He'll take it to the top. Rister in traffic. Loose scramble now towards the slot. The Cardinals clear, and they take it the other way. It was Smith who tried to force it through the body of Zaski, but is denied. Zaski back to his blue line. Passes for Mins, and it's backhanded through the neutral zone. McLaughlin up ahead, joining the play is Schaumburger. Belzile with a nice pass for Mins as it reaches the net front. And putting the big goalie paw on top of it, once again, is Nick Pike. It's kind of hard for an SVSU goaltender in a game like this. You know, again, you're going against a tough Bulldog squad who's just going to keep firing the puck, and we saw it yesterday. But all you can do is really just focus on the next play.
Yeah, he's seen 15 shots already, and it's been just over 10 minutes of play. So, and his team's not helping him out either. There's been some backdoor wide open plays that he's had to deal with.
You saw basically 4 shots in the opening 45 seconds of the period. I mean, it's really a goalie's worst nightmare. It helps you get engaged into the game at least, but when they're that high quality, it's certainly tough. Good play from Regan to create a turnover. Stick handles in a small area. Back pass for Smith. Up top for Zaski. Lets it go. That one wide to the right glove side of Pike. McLaughlin to Regan. Lost it on top of the circle. Now it's Smith who picks up the pieces with speed. Dances around the zone. His wrist shot deflected off a skate blade and into the protective netting.
Makes it even more difficult for him when he's got a guy like Turin sitting right in front of him. I mean, Pike's only 5'10", and Turin is a lot taller than that. So trying to get around that screen and trying to find those pucks, especially with the Bulldogs defense just throwing them at him, it's really difficult for him so far.
Well, Nick Pike listed at 5'10", 185. And Mateo Turin, I'm sure we've said it a couple of times on the broadcast before, but still kind of boggles my mind when we look at it. 6'6", 230 pounds. So a lot of height and weight difference there on the shooter-goaltender matchup. But as you know, and as I know, as a goalie, you still have to find a way to get your eyes on the puck. This is Hilterman generating offense in the far side corner. Distributes for Reimer, who stops on a dime. Turns back the other way, looks to kick it through his legs, and it's poked off his blade. Gajewski might have taken a tumble there. I don't know if he was trying to dive for the puck, but sliding around on the ice. Reimer horizontally for Gajewski, and it's cleared out of the zone. Hilterman for Strasky. Quickly up for Reimer. Makes his way over the blue line. Now Gajewski dumps it in deep. Marley hit off the puck by DeStefanis. And an innocent wrist shot. Blocker down by Pike. I'd be curious to see if the Bulldogs get to 30 shots before the end of the first. It's very possible with 7:27 left to go. Saginaw looking to generate some offense as Ziskinder quickly takes it away. Mont along the near side boards will join the play and lost control of it there. Jammer taking his time back for Ziskinder. This is tipped all the way over the top of the protective netting and out of play. A fan down in that corner will get a souvenir.
We talked about in the pre-show of Bulldogs maybe kind of remembering of what happened with Syracuse in that second game. I think they have a good memory of that, as it's been completely different in comparison to that game. Don't you think?
Absolutely, and I'm sure there was a lot of talking and discussion going on in the room, in the captain's room, with the coaching staff about what we can do to try and be better going forward and be the normal Bulldog team that we're used to being. Team that's still really looking for their identity, trying to make their mark on the season. DeCalloway with the fake toe drag, Weidman's wrist shot, bobbles along the ice. Good stick play from Weidman as he's still able to keep it in. Feels like the puck's been to our left the entire period. Outlet pass is off target, intended for Pelletier. Calloway is able to steal it. Had a Cardinal Penguin sliding on the ice. Weidman with a good hit to Calloway. Will fall, but he's able to get the pass to Jammer. Now to Weidman, to Calloway, heading towards the front. Jammer, wrist shot, high and wide. This is into the rafters this time, but it will stay in play. In the rink surface, 6:04 left to go in the first period. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all join us here for some Thursday night ACHA D1 hockey. Offensive zone draw here for the Bulldogs. Schaumburger will tie it up on the dot. Turning and a half shot. Bounces off a foot. As it's cleared out of the zone, it's waved off for the icing. Never had the legs to get the full distance. Mins will feed it for Belzile, trying to sneak it 5-hole and just barely squeezing it is Nick Pike. He'll hold on.
By his reaction, for a second I thought it squeezed through, but you've been completely right about how it's been just full Bulldogs on the left side of the screen so far. It's because the Cardinals just haven't been able to break the puck out at all. It's been the Bulldog pressure that is just causing them a ton of issues.
Seemed like two on the read from Pike that he thought there might have been a pass. So some of his momentum was sort of shifted, and that's why I think you saw that puck get lodged under his pad there. It's kind of hard not to anticipate that there's going to be a pass because Bulldogs could do either. Here's Mins to the slot. Wrist shot stopped by Pike. He'll hold on. Perfect example right there. Three different things could happen on that play, whether the Bulldogs go to the left wing, the right wing, or drive it straight down the center lane.
Yeah, that was a great play by Zaski. It took it all the way from behind his net, joined the rush with some speed, and a whole entire play was created by him, and he was even open back door if they elected to go there.
Turn to the slot, turns and fires. Shoulder save made, the rebound bouncing around, and it's scooped up, taken away by the Cardinals in Bryson Smith. Eliason will make the play himself, just outside of his crease. Goes Carter McLeod to Turin. Turin was trying to find him on the outside. Turin with a big hit along the board, steps over his man. Showing why he's able to use that big frame to his advantage. Not just a physical presence, but offensive as well. Strasky at the blue line will straddle. As a point drive taken by Hilterman is gobbled up by Pike once again.
Yeah, he had a couple of moving screens in front of him. Hilterman was looking for that tip, but nothing there, and it went soaked right into the chest of Pike.
Draw one back. Hilterman will fake. Dishes down low. Taking a look over his left shoulder is Turin. Dances his way through three Cardinals. Winding up. Hilterman, a slap shot. Just goes wide. Back to play it is Strasky. Caressing now is Hilterman. As it's dished back for his Z partner in Strasky. Turin dumps it in just before the blue line. No icing as it's waved off. Hard hit from Regan in the corner as he gets a nice solid crunch along the glass. Mont in reverse. Good outlet for Reimer. Here's a breakaway. Reimer to the net. Save made by Pike. Kicked out the left side pad. And a beautiful save. Reimer had all the space in the world if he had just elevated the puck. As it's dished in front again, he'll send it wide. All alone, not a guy that you want to see by himself in front. Locked up along the corner. Good physical play going on. See Sam Shaw in the mix. Gajewski rips one, trying to find the upper elbow of the red iron. This is over the heads of everybody. Sampson, he's shut down by Ziskinder as he ran into a body. Reimer tries to drop it through traffic, but has to go back to his right. Turnover in the slot. This will give space for Gajewski off to the races. Gets caught up to by Pawlowski. Looks to play it in front of the scoring table. Dropped for Jammer. To Calloway. Good move, but he's shut down by Blair. McLaughlin stick handling. Wrist shot goes wide. Again, it's back for McLaughlin. Lets one fly, tipped out of the air. The rebound pops in front, still scrambling around, and it'll stay out. This is whistled for a high stick, and 2:25 left to go in the first period. 4-0 still our score in favor of Adrian College. Do like, though, that the Bulldogs are trying to take advantage of their point shot opportunities, trying to utilize their defensemen to generate some offense.
Yeah, it's because the Cardinals right now are kind of just setting a little bit low into the house and kind of surround the net, so it leaves those points open. They're actually even keeping a third guy high, too, trying to generate even some more type of offense at the blue line.
I think that's sort of the right way to play it in a game like this. Try and see if you can get crafty on other types of plays other than just giving it to your forwards and having them rush up the wing. As there's a shot from Jammer that's patted away by Pike. The follow-up kept out off the chest protector of Pike. Made 2 stops on that. Another one in front. Drive by McLaughlin. Rebound in an open net. Weidman couldn't stuff it. There's a third. Tipped in front, and they score. It was definitely tipped by his stick, but who was it is the question. The drive from Zaski and the Bulldogs take a 5-0 lead.
I mean, that was, what, the third shot from the point that we saw? And I think it went off of Jammer's stick, and maybe Wyman's too. But Jammer was the one that led the line, so I would assume that he was the last one to touch it. Either way, another goal for the Bulldogs. They're up by 5.
This is sent out of the zone. Belzile quick after the puck. It's turned over. Schaumburger all alone. Backhand, fans on it. Made the right move and took Pike out of the play, but couldn't finish. In the shallow corner, it's Belzile who'll pitchfork and jostle the puck free. Out it comes as it's saucered over for Smith and turned over. Back for O'Malley. Saginaw Valley having some difficulty clearing the zone. McLeod, small pass for Strasky. Scanning and gives it off for Hilterman, who faked his release off the boards. It's collected by Belzile as we reach a minute left in the period. Ziskinder back to his goal. Belzile will tip it in. Puck pinballs around, sent backwards for Ziskinder. Over for Turin. Bulldogs offside, so they couldn't enter the zone. Now it's Smith. Looks to one hand and shields the puck. Cross ice feed is turned over, off the boards and out. Mont will send it in. Hit off the Cardinal shoulder up into the scoreboard. Somebody will have to foot the bill for that.
Last one was from Jammer. It was just announced over the PA announcer, so you have word of that.
Puck cleared out with 30 seconds left. Ziskinder off for Mott. Will dump it in deep. Clanks off the boards. Now it's Smith on the hash mark. Carries out, turns, spinning and firing in. This will likely kill off the remaining time in this first frame as a 2-on-1 situation developing beneath the red line. 7 seconds, one more opportunity for the Cardinals. No shot from them, and the horn will sound. That's it for the first 20 minutes of this one. Bulldogs out to a ferocious start, just like yesterday. Scored 5 in the first period in their win yesterday, and they do it again here today. Except this time they have 7 more shots to show for it. Yesterday it was 20 shots to 3. Now it's 27 to 4, which I don't know is better or worse for either side, but that's where we are now, and really Adrian College on full cruise control.
Yeah, they were so close to that 30 marker that you were talking about earlier, but they've been really just dominating with the points. You saw it in the last couple of shifts. The Cardinals just sinking down so much that they had both their forwards basically just chilling at the top of the circle, which gives the defense for Adrian so much time and space to pick what shot they want and look for sticks, and that's how you score a couple of goals. It has to be sometimes a little bit greasy, but they're doing well so far today.
We know that Adrian has the ability to get crafty with their plays and whatnot, and they don't necessarily need to utilize that in this game as much as they would have to in other ones, but do we see any adjustments in their offense going forward, or are they just going to keep the same plan of attack?
I mean, it's working so far. You got 5 goals, but what's really working for them too is not only using the points, but also the down low plays. They've been able to cycle the puck really well and start losing some guys for Saginaw. So if I'm Saginaw, I'm making sure that I might be staying a little bit low, but those 3 guys that are playing low, I have to have a man on every single one, because so far they're playing man-on-man hockey and it's not turning well for them.
Bulldogs out to a great start in day number 2 of this end-of-week series. We'll take a step aside for the first period intermission. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Bulldogs 5, Saginaw 0 after 20. We'll be right back. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great, great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jevi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News and World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena. Getting set for period number 2 of this Thursday night ACHA D1 hockey matchup. This is Saginaw Valley State University Cardinals and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here on ACTV. 5-0 our score after 20 minutes of play. For those of you just tuning in now, an absolutely explosive start for the Bulldogs, and will likely try and add to that goal total for the end of the game.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit hard for them to stay focused in this type of a game, especially when you put up 5 in the first 20. That locker room going into the second period, you got to get hyped up, and that's exactly what they're doing on the bench right now. They're up and they're rolling right now for sure.
Well, good to see, too, that some of the Saginaw players tapping their sticks as well, try and fire up the boys on the bench. Here we go. We'll gather back up at center. 20 minutes on the score clock once again. Puck is dropped, or maybe not. We are underway once again at the AIA. We'll resume play. Mott with a fast pass for Reimer. It's picked off, but sent back for Ziskinder. Reimer taking his time. Dishes for Mott, hard off the boards. Reimer fanning on his first pass. Now gets it to Ziskinder, whose drive is picked off. Gajewski has it in the neutral zone. Slashes off the boards and getting it along the half wall is Bryce Ronwicks. Gajewski loses it. Here's a takeaway from Milmine and lost it to a nice back check from Dylan Gajewski. Speeding towards it is Ronowicz. Plenty of space to operate for the Bulldogs as this is tipped off the blade of Reimer. Ronowicz around the boards, stops it and turns it over on the top of the circle. This is Smith who makes his way in. Backhand juts around as Pelletier sent a wrist shot on, easy pad save by Eliasson. Glove down at the point, good keep from Davis. He's stumbling down as Weidman finally able to get his feet back under him. Jammer over the line, hugs the outside right wall. Will dance around the zone, turns it over, maybe some space. As a hard hit from Jammer, this is going to draw a call. And down in some pain is Owen Atkins. And he's down in a heap of pain. Looks like he's starting to get back to his feet. So hopefully he's okay. And he is indeed all right, able to skate back to the bench off his own power.
Yeah, he kind of caught that one, I think, right in the head area, or maybe the neck and the shoulder. When he was on the ground, he was kind of just moving his shoulders a little bit. I'm intrigued to see what kind of a call is going to be made here, because since he was down in some pain, it could be elevated to a 5.
There, unfortunately, was some head contact. So I agree it's possible, but it's just going to be a 2-minute minor.
First penalty we've seen today. Yesterday was a different story.
Yeah.
A lot of penalties were called yesterday, but took all the way to the 18-19 mark of the second period to get our first one.
It might have been the first period that the Bulldogs have stayed out of the box in quite some time this season. So
yeah, they've had that type of a struggle. It's been a really, and they had some guys even scratch in a couple of games because of the amount of penalties that they've taken.
Turnover on the blue line as gathering up. That's Bryson Smith. Will dump it deep, no icing. McLaughlin turning and lets it go. This will travel all the way down. Now it's Ethan Smith who will shift into gear. Gets around McLaughlin. Backhander shelved high over the crossbar. Smith down low. Tries to open up space. Sharp angle shot. A backhand, scores! Off the rebound from the outside of the apron on the net. And the Cardinals of Saginaw Valley are on the board for the first time in the week.
Yeah, this one's a weird one. You can see it as it goes off of the outside of the netting in a box formation. Nobody takes the middle guy, and it's an obvious goal. And nothing Eliasson can do on that one, as he was kind of reading that one to go off of him, but instead it goes off the outside and right into the middle of the slot.
Tough play there for Zaski. I don't think he was anticipating the puck to bounce the way that it did.
Yeah, especially when you're in that box formation, you normally try to take away backdoor, not in the middle of the slot. And it's just a quick play and nothing you can do about it if you're the PK crew for the Bulldogs.
So Saginaw Valley gets back within 4, as here's a quick wrist shot that gets over the shoulder of Eliason. Had to jump up to even get close to making contact with it. Sharp angle shot will carry out of the zone. Sent in, Eliason stopping on the forehand. Leaves it for Blake Hilterman. Turnover on the line, now towards the middle. Save made by Eliason. It's in traffic. Nobody can pick it up yet off the outside of the apron. Saginaw Valley with some pressure over the last minute or so. Point shot blocked by Strasky right in the foot. Smith will turn up ice and take a drive of his own. Cuts to the side. His opportunity spent. Hilterman to Mott. Hits the 180 move as his pass goes all the way down. No icing. Will give time for the Bulldogs to make some line changes. Couple of fresh substitutions. Big hit on Reimer as he took a shot straight to the chest. Another big one along the blue line. That was Pelletier. As Mott will skate back underneath the right face-off circle. Reimer with Marley ahead of him. Reimer to the slot, shoots, and a glove save made. Pike will hold on. 15:33 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, the biggest thing I've noticed so far through these first 5 minutes for the Bulldogs is their turnovers, especially in the O zone. They've had a couple of just no-look passes to the middle of the ice, and that's where the Cardinals are clogging. They're clogging the middle of the ice, taking away those chances, and they're turning them the other way.
Big here for the Bulldogs not to get caught flat-footed. Still need the same kind of intensity from the first period. Might be a little bit more passive with some of their shooting attempts, but still doesn't mean that you have to stop taking them. Only one shot to show through this first 5 minutes. And about 4 in the first 45 seconds of that opening frame.
Yeah, I think the intensity right now just isn't there.
Jammer over the blue line, crosses up for Weidman as he's table-topped into the boards. Zaski hard after the puck. Long stretch pass up for Jammer. Will connect to his blade. He's pressured 1-on-3, and a snapper from Zaski is snatched by Pike.
I like to see those shots from the point, but maybe some traffic in front of the net too. But Zaski had a Cardinal right on him, so nothing wrong about throwing it to the net and getting an offensive draw for the Bulldogs.
Face-off is 1 to Mins. The initial shot is stopped, and it's kicked out, never held on to. Pike was there to make the save. Along the wall, it knocks off the glass, and a 2-on-1. Monahan shooting, puts it wide. Good look for Saginaw Valley, but just needed to keep it on net. Belzile, a good pass to Mins, fakes to the backhand, cuts to the middle, and a big save made by Pike, stretched out with the glove, and denied a sure goal for Mins. My goodness.
That was absolutely unbelievable. What a move by Mins to start. I mean, he took that one on the forehand, he caught it, went to the backhand, faked that backhand shot, got Pike to drop down, and then slid it back to his forehand. The only thing Pike had was his glove, and that's exactly where that puck went.
Pike, an athletic goaltender who is in his second season with Saginaw Valley. Played his junior hockey with the Battle Creek Colonels in the USPHL Premier. Turin slides it up ice, but his pass is cut off. Would have been a breakaway for Nathaniel Mott. Here's Reagan driving down the center, shooting and puts it wide. Might have jumped off of his blade at the last second there. Smith goes around the way for Reagan. Up to the blue line. Dumped off for Turin. Dishes for Hilterman as he'll open up and gets sent hard into the boards by Pelletier. To the slot, backhand from Smith, stopped, the rebound kept out. A third whack at it, doesn't go either. Turin shooting, blocked by Pike, sprawls out to make the save. Reagan underneath the line, Turin shoots, that one soaked as well. Good sequence there for the Bulldogs, did everything right but find the back of the net. Strasky will chase after it. And I believe they're saying this deflected out of play, so we'll take a whistle with 12:30 left to go in the second period.
Yeah, Bulldogs pressure him, but Pike standing on his head right now. We saw that a little bit in the first period that started off the game, but here now he's had a couple of fantastic saves, and including a couple of great chances right on the doorstep, but he denies them all.
Winding up Ziskinder off the post. And deflected also way up into the rafters.
That was one weird deflection, but great shot choice as he had two Bulldogs coming straight towards the net, but Cardinals doing a good job of tying up sticks right there.
Ziskinder with a nice step-up play on Beagle as he gets some applause from his bench. Mott, stretch feed for Marley, hits off the boards, gets to the pass on his own. Backhander for Gajewski will carry out of the offensive zone. Mott back towards the center ice red line as he'll drop one in. Gajewski positions himself in his spot, down on one knee. That was a shot from Reimer as he sailed it way out of play.
Yeah, but I like how he played that one. He waited a couple of seconds on the forecheck and then found the kind of just nice area in between the ice, right between the top of the circles. And good pass, and unfortunately it was just tipped by a Cardinal before he could get a clean look.
11:48 left to go here in the second period. Still 5-1. Jammer shooting, glove down by Pike, but didn't squeeze it. Outside hash mark, that's to Calloway. Faking is McLaughlin, will walk the line. Good pass off for Zaski, will step off his assignment, needs coverage, and it's Jammer who will take his place at the right point. Weidman moved into the boards, taken off the puck. Monahan chasing down Zaski on his coattails. Outlet pass for DeCalloway. Shifts to the middle and loses it. But it's Jammer who will help out. Weidman backhands, shoulder save by Pike. Bouncing around to the slot. Cardinals can't control it. Weidman with a massive hit and another one in open ice. That time it was from McLaughlin. Stretch feed. Weidman all alone to DeCalloway. A great pass. Turning, no shot yet. Top of the right circle. They'll slide it through. McLaughlin. Wrister goes wide. Off the boards. Hilterman to the net. Toe drag. Shooting blocker save by Pike. And Saginaw clears it down. Lyson drops it back for Strasky, who outlets a feed for Mins. Schaumburger over the line, and just a little bit too far ahead of the play as we reach the halfway point in the second period. 10:23 remaining in our second frame.
Bulldogs putting a ton of pressure on getting those shots off. You know, they only had one through the first five, and after that, it's just a plethora, but not able to find the back of the net yet in the second period. Strasky jumping up into the play there. Went right down Broadway in the middle of the ice and found the puck and had a quick shot on net, but Pike was able to drop down just in time before that one slipped in the 5-hole.
Here comes Saginaw Valley. Hilterman slashes for Mins. Good back check from the yellow, black, and white. Strasky pulls up, gets rid of it. Hilterman dancing his way around. Bulldogs look to break out. And a hard knee-to-knee hit on Belzile. Smith towards the net. Pad save off the wrist shot was Eliason. Eliason has had to been ready every couple of minutes. Where on the odd chance Saginaw finds good opportunity to let some shots fly. And of course they have a goal to show for it today. Smith, a good move. And this is drifted aside by Eliason. Belzile up ahead, gives it away to nobody, and Bulldogs will have to play it back in their own zone again. Strasky evades a hit. Momentarily knocked out of the air. Hilterman pokes it free. Turin off to the races, shooting, and it might have hit the knob of the stick. We got a stoppage in play here in front of the Bulldog bench.
Hit a 3-on-1, and Turin saw Pike was a little bit shifted on his left and had a lot of net to shoot at, but unfortunately couldn't get it through. But the problem right now for the Bulldogs is defensive zone turnovers. They've been able to get that puck on the wall, and it seems like the forward has not been able to find the right guy and turns the puck over, and that's how the Cardinals have gone the other way. That's why Eliason has had to stand on his head for a little bit those past couple of minutes.
Sky hooked into the air as playing the high puck was Davis. Reagan behind the net, battles for it hard, takes a shove to the back, and he slashed a man in front. I believe this is going to be a high sticking call. Bulldogs are going to take a penalty here and head back to the PK as Reagan, committing the crime, will head to the box. No argument there. It is indeed a high stick. 8:33 left to go in the second period, and Saginaw Valley State will get their second 5-on-4.
He was in a good battle, and right at the end of the play, he tried to lift up the stick and instead got a neck. And 2 minutes on the board, and so now another opportunity for the Cardinals. They score on their last one. They're hoping to do the same, and they're slowly trying to find themselves crawling back into this hockey game throughout the second period.
Not using his frame to handcuff the puck on the boards. Still doing a great job at keeping it between his feet. It's sent out for Weidman, who just overstepped it. Smith, high riser, goes over the glove of Eliason. Punching through traffic is Ziskinder. Off to the races, shorthanded. Ziskinder in, slashed before he could shoot. And a good hard play by the Saginaw defense to cancel that one out. Looked like that was number 74, Ethan Smith, who got back just in the nick of time. Ferguson drops it off. Now to the point. This is Sampson. Slowly walking around the zone, poke checked away from Mont. As a rip it around the high glass, kept in by Smith. Drives down the left wing, turned over, and it's cleared down by Jammer. .47 seconds left to go in the Saginaw State power play here. 7:13 left to go in the second period. Monahan to the point. Smith is able to jab it all the way down, and this will kill off more time. Here's DeCalloway with the forced steal. Tried to let a shot go, but jumped over his blade. Big hit from Zaski along the boards. There's a Saginaw player down in some pain. That looks like it's Bryce Ronowicz as he gets back to his bench. Cover up from Pike. 6:25 left to go in the second.
Yeah, it was just a clean hit. There was nothing much to it. He had his head down with the puck, and Zaski took advantage of that and put himself into the boards. And the ref was right there, obviously no call. So frustration might be just a possible injury of some sorts, from my understanding.
Strasky down low. Reimer steps in. One too many moves, as now it's Marley, who's back towards the blue line. Cuts in, and it's stolen away from him. This will roll all the way towards Eliason, who fires it out and hard. Marley takes a shoulder as he was trying to catch the puck behind him. Chases down his man. Maybe some kind of intimidation. Strasky up ahead for Marley. Cross ice for Hilterman. Will gain the line and hold on to the right blue. Nice move from Hilterman. Scores! Hilterman goes inside and out and roofs it top shelf. It's 6-1 Dogs.
And he's just in the fourth man's ice. And what a move by him here as he walks to the middle and picks his corner. It's an unbelievable snipe, and we're pretty certain that's his first goal as a Bulldog as well. I mean, what a goal to have for that as your first. And that's fantastic from him.
Blake Hilterman, in his third game of the season, only played 6 last year as a freshman, had 2 assists in that span of games, picks up his first goal as a Bulldog, and it's an absolute beauty from number 22. I thought he was just going to try and pass it to the side, but he fooled us all, went inside and out.
Yeah, what I love about that play, too, is that he's that weak side D-man, and he joins the rush and joins the play.
There's another breakaway in on net. Scores! Marc-Antoine Belzile. I think that might be his first as well.
And that would be awesome if it is, but a turnover from the Cardinals, and look at the sick mitts from him, and that was just a beauty of a goal. And 2 quick ones. The Bulldogs struggled for the first 14 minutes of the game, of the second period, to score a goal in. Well, they're right back to where they wanted to be.
I stand corrected. That is not Belzile's first of his ACHA career. It is his second. Ziskinder off for Mott. The 2 fancy breakaway goals as a shot from Mott scores! 3 in a row, back to back to back. Does it get any better than that for the Bulldogs?
I feel like we can't even talk about the goals right now because they're happening so quickly. As this one from Mott, it's going to work all the way back up. We saw in the first period, Bulldogs using their defense to get those shots in, and this one, Pike probably wants to have back as there's not really much of a screen in front of him, but Daniel Mott finding a heat seeker of a goal from the point.
We saw yesterday Ethan McLaughlin scored a goal in the third period from a similar spot on the ice, except off to our left offensive zone, but still the right point, where he kind of just sent one in and it found a hole, and same situation there for Nathaniel Mott.
I mean, it just seems like after that first goal, the Bulldogs are back to where they want to be with this life that they've brought into the second period.
Here goes the Callaway. Saginaw was changing as the rush began. Jammer, no angle for his shot, drops it back for DeCallaway off the boards, and not able to control it is Nathaniel Mott. Will dish for his defense partner in Zaski, and a give and go will get it right back. Turns it over on the line. Smith will dump it in deep. 4:05 remaining in the second period. This is passed up ice. Jammer lost control. Mott across for Zaski. Now to Jammer. With speed, will get over the line towards Marley, who rips one, and it's knocked off the stick by Pike. Just faked around, point drive, stopped by the pad. The rebound in front, it's picked up and left for Weidman as the Cards decide just to clear it out. Zaski will take his time and utilize all the space of the ice. Reimer will drive to the slot. This is balanced by McLaughlin. Rister, and a chest save made by Pike.
It seems like we just need to take a breather after that. 3 goals in, I don't even know, maybe a minute and a half, you would think, if that. Just absolute amazing showcase from the Bulldogs when they struggled for the first 14 minutes and all of a sudden have exploded offensively.
Gajewski with a shot, glove down by Pike. I wonder if the game plan at this point is just take the shots from the perimeter and see if you can cash in on the rebounds rather than make the fancy plays. But
yeah, I mean, you could tell, especially at the beginning of that second period, they were trying to do those fancy plays. They were trying to go through 3 guys, and most of the time it doesn't work out. Hilterman's goal is obviously one of those fancy plays, but it was outstanding. But we've seen so far in the other 2 goals that it's been the hard work from the Bulldogs and the shots from the points that have turned games into some amazingness.
Gajewski tried to shove it in front. As it's angled into the wall. Yellow and navy sweaters coming together. McLaughlin up ahead for Reimer. Picks up the boots. Has 3 Cardinals shadowing him as he takes a chop from Pelletier. Open net for McLeod, was all by himself and couldn't get it to go. Strasky with a shot in front, blocked off the backside of Reimer as it skimmed up the boards. Beagle dumps it so he can get his team a line change. Mins will deflect it through his legs. Hilterman to Strasky, McLeod. Now it's Mins. Dropped back for Schomburger. Rister goes high and wide over the net. 1:20 left to go in the second period. Cardinals gasping for air at this point. Belzile back to the blue line. Strasky. Deflected out of midair. It's called for a high stick. And we'll get the face-off in the neutral zone.
What I also like about the Bulldogs offense is the ability for them, they've been moving around. It's not necessarily just 3 offensemen and 2 defensemen. They're just filtering all over the place. We saw Mins there playing the point for a little bit. Hilterman was down low. It's just a free-flowing offense. That's what you love to see because of the movement, too, and it confuses Saginaw.
60 seconds left before we get through 40 minutes of regulation. Outlet feed way ahead as it's given off for Bergeson. Never able to make anything happen on that play. Turin will take space on the right wing towards the front. Soccer kick from Mott. Dances around, trying to find a shot. His stick check, gets it back, lets it go. And a glove save made by Pike. It's another good play from Nathaniel Mott.
Yeah, he's really feeling himself this game. I feel like that goal kind of ignited a fire in him and should make a couple of great plays. Seeing those mitts from 14 and gold.
Well, regularly, number 14, one of the more reliable defensemen on this Adrian College squad. It's been in the lineup ever since he came in as a freshman just some 4 years ago. Has a lot of character, a really big team guy, and comes from a great family as well. Got to know them over the past couple of seasons, so shout out will go to the Mott family, who I'm sure are watching and listening back home in Canada. to flex up into the netting. 14.5 seconds left to go. We'll take likely our last face-off of the period in the neutral zone.
Another banner getting hit. 2 today.
Sent back for Mott. Pass through the feet of Ziskinder. Up ahead for DeCalloway. One last chance. Heads to the net. Short angle shot. Shelved high and wide. 2 seconds and 1. And that will do it for the end of the second. Through 40 minutes of play, the Bulldogs add 3 more to their goal column. It's 8-1 after 2 periods of play. Saginaw finding themselves in a bit of a pickle, but they did get 1 on the board on the power play. So they have 1 to show on the week. But likely the Bulldogs trying to close this out as cleanly as possible. There's not too much that I would think they would need to do to make sure that they win this one after we come back from the break. But
I think what they need to do is come out for this third period like they came out for the first period and not the second. Because those first 5 minutes for them were a little bit rough. The turnovers were definitely there. And we kind of saw the Cardinals with a little bit more offensive power and definitely some motivation in that second period and the momentum as well before it was switched from the goal from Hilterman. So big thing for me and the biggest takeaway I think would be come out of the third period with some fire, because you can't come out of this like you did in the second for sure.
Work on the simple stuff would be what I would suggest in the locker room. You have a big opponent next week in Niagara who make the long drive from the northern parts of New York over here to Michigan, who today we got word earlier that they beat Liberty University by a score of 7-1 tonight, so they're scoring at full speed right now, but get out of this one as cleanly and easy as possible and move on to next week.
Yeah, I think this game, I mean, you should use this third period as kind of a warm-up to a Niagara series, especially, I mean, the competition is completely different, but you want the same systems and the same type of mindset that you have when you're going to play against Niagara coming into this third period.
40 minutes through regulation, 8-1 our score as we head to the third period between Saginaw Valley State University and your Adrian College Bulldogs. We'll take a pause for our second period intermission. Alex Herman and Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Bulldog Hockey on
Bulldog fans, remember to follow Adrian College TV on social media. For game highlights and campus events, you can catch it all on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and X at AdrianCollegeTV. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel to catch all our future streams live and support your Bulldogs.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in.
You stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
This is the Arrington Bookstore at Adrian College, the place to get game day ready, represent your clubs and organizations, and be Bulldog proud. With a wide selection of merchandise and a smile at every visit, stop by inside the Kane Student Center to pick up your Adrian College wares and make it another great day to be a Bulldog.
I'm a special ed social worker.
And I'm a third-year public affairs major.
I'm an action filmmaker.
Jebi is like a consolidated platform where I could have focused information in a couple swipes.
You can be another small voice that adds to a beautiful space. That's what I'm here for.
Every day, all right? Love you guys. Win on three. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Morgan, the current student government president here at Adrian College. I chose Adrian College because of the campus size. Campus feels like a fun, energetic community where everyone knows each other. If you want to see what Adrian has to offer for you, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is a private liberal arts institution known for its diverse academic programs, strong emphasis on experiential learning, vibrant campus life, and commitment to fostering a supportive community. Want to visit Adrian College for yourself? Visit our website at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College is shaping the future of higher education and leading the way in innovation and excellence. Ranked first in most innovative schools and second in best value in undergraduate teaching in the Midwest by U.S. News & World Report, Adrian College is recognized for its commitment to innovation, quality education, and affordability. Offering 71 undergraduate programs, 13 graduate programs, and a 1-to-15 faculty-to-student ratio, our students receive personalized attention and a cutting-edge education. With state-of-the-art facilities, 10 academic institutes, and 50 competitive sports teams, Adrian fosters growth both inside and outside the classroom. From small class sizes to championship-level athletics, we provide the tools and experiences you need to succeed. Join a community that prioritizes your success. Start your journey with us, where your potential is realized. Discover Adrian College.
Are you looking to become a future Bulldog and get recruited by Adrian College? Do you display characteristics of tenacity, drive, and determination? With over 50 teams on campus, there are plenty of opportunities to further both your athletic and academic career. For all recruiting inquiries, head to www.adrianbulldogs.com and click on the Recruit Me tab at the top right of your screen. Your future with the Bulldogs is closer than ever.
diploma you will receive symbolizes your efforts and distinguishes you as a highly educated person, learned in the arts and sciences and prepared for a life of achievement and great accomplishment.
Adrian College has built something very special. You've created not just an academic environment, but a culture of physical excellence, discipline, and resilience. You've turned this college into a place where pushing the limits isn't the exception, it's the expectation.
We leave here with countless memories, loyal friendships, and moments that have shaped our character far beyond what we could have imagined when we stepped onto campus. So now, class of 2025, we've come a long way, and I know as we step into this next chapter, we'll step into a new exciting adventure. I know we will do so in faith, in confidence, and in gratitude. Thank you guys, and congratulations, Adrian College, class of 2025.
Before the achievements, before the celebrations, there's the work. Early mornings, late nights. Every challenge faced, every extra effort made.
Every victory starts with preparation.
We value leadership, resilience, and innovation. No victory without work. Because success isn't given, it's earned. Welcome to Adrian College.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
Stand today, students, on the threshold of a magical time in your life. A time of significant growth and introspection, self-awareness, challenge, and great opportunity. A time that you will always look back on.
Welcome back inside the Arrington Ice Arena through 40 minutes of play, 20 more still to go. In a Thursday night's ACHA Division I matchup, the Saginaw Valley State University Cardinals and your Adrian College Bulldogs. Alex Herman, Tyler Ackerman up here in the booth. Happy to have you all rejoin us here up on ACTV. 8-1 our score through 2 periods of play. Bulldogs with another dominant offensive performance here at the AIA, defending home ice as they should be. Just need another clean 20 minutes to get through this series and on to the weekend. Get some nice time off to rest up and get ready for next week.
Yeah, got the whole weekend off after this game too, so that's extremely nice. My main goal for them with no more penalties. It took 2 in the second. It took a lot yesterday. So especially when the next series is against Niagara, you do not want to be taking penalties against them, that's for sure.
No, you do not. 20 minutes back on the clock. Puck is dropped and we resume play at the AIA. Bulldogs looking to extend their lead here. Saginaw trying to reel it in as best as they can. This is Reagan in front, right off rip, and Turin scores on the cross-ice feed. Man, oh man, does it get any cleaner than that?
Yeah, 13 seconds in. Third period looking like the first. I mean, Turin is just wide open in the middle of the slot, right on the doorstep, and not a single Cardinal is paying attention to him at all. He is literally wide open, and every single head is faced towards the puck, and they're all puck watching, and that's what you get in the results of a goal for Turin. That one might be the easiest one he's had yet this year.
So Turin again gets his second of the night. That will be his 9th goal on the season and the 9th goal of the game. Big collision there in open ice on Ziskinder. Gets right back to his feet. He was completely blindsided. Reimer will dump this in. Pop will join him underneath the red line. Thought maybe he was switching to forward there for a second, but he's back to the blue line now. This is shoved off by Motts. Puck rolling on edge as it glides across the ice. Eli Reimer taking charge. Plays it in and tight as Marley is getting punched in the face in the crease. Ran over Pike, and we got a fight on our hands. Somebody's helmet popping up and fists flying everywhere. Did not have that on my bingo card for this third period, but Zaski's going to go to the box. And Saginaw is going to get another one as well.
Looks like Marley's also going to the box too. He's the one that created the whole entire play. He tried to go across the crease, staying on his forehand. He caught it a little bit too tight and went on top of Pike. So then that caused, I think it was Blair there, to just start throwing punches in the goal. And Zaski trying to help out a teammate. Is this big frame to grab Blair, Dustin Bufflin style, and drag him out.
It was kind of weird because I think Marley just tripped, and
I mean, it could have been a trip, but either way, he kind of tumbled into the goaltender. Originally, there was no hand up from the referees until after the whole fiasco happened. I think Pike's injured.
Yep, Pike is going to make a substitution here.
Yeah, he's walking gingerly to the locker room right now.
So Ryder Greca will enter this game just about a minute into this third period. Appeared yesterday and was in a game I'm sure did not please him too much as we sort things out with the captains and the officials.
He faced 74 shots yesterday, and you come in relief now. A whole 18-52 in this third period to try to get in the right headspace before heading back home. Looks like we do have a 2-minute call, what we expected, power play for the Cardinals.
Well, you didn't get your wish as far as staying out of the box for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, but that's not on Zaski. I don't think. He was just trying to protect his teammate because and Marley was getting hammered in the net. It's not good.
It's sent around the cage. Getting his first touch on the puck for the evening is Greca as he fakes the shot. Little sock play a la Keith Yandel. Takeaway over the line and a long drive from Weidman as he's able to clear it down. Callaway in the neutral zone will poke the puck free. Able to jostle it loose and force it back down deep. Davis will take charge. Skate this down to Callaway behind him. Quickly turned over and sent on. So Marley's penalty is goaltender interference. As Smith takes it away, shorthanded, 1-on-3, will fork it towards the corner. This is knocked off the glass and rides the top of the dasher. Saginaw trying to just get it out of their zone and into the offensive positioning. As here they go over the blue line, and a shot deflected up into the netting and out of play. 17-10 left to go in the third period.
Yeah, it's tough to try to generate some type of offense when you can't even get out of your own defensive zone, and that's what the struggle was. Their plays by Turn and Smith to keep that puck in there, as well as to Callaway playing as well.
This is worked free, saucered all the way down. Wide left of Grega. Leave it in a soft spot for O'Malley, who will take it. Lost it to the stick of Schaumburger, and that will do it for the Saginaw penalty. As the Bulldogs able to get out of the box. Sent around, stopped, and rimmed the opposite direction. Far pass out for Marley as he tipped it in the neutral zone. Schaumburger creating space, gets hit in open ice. This is going to draw a call. Eliason quickly to the bench for the sixth attacker. Some of the physicality starting to pick up in this play. To Callaway with a good move, and his shot canceled. Ronowic's got a stick on it as it's sent up into the netting.
Yeah, that late hit was as late as ever. I mean, Schaumburg maybe passed that one a second or two, and then it was a hit that he didn't even see it coming. He was looking at where his pass went, and he was completely blindsided, and it was a good call by the referee, as we're going to get our first power play for the Bulldogs in today's contest.
Slap shot from Gajewski, whistles wide. Reimer turning on it. Down low for Jammer. Here's Turin. Strasky winds and fakes it. Gajewski in reverse. Passes to Turin. Left side wing for Gajewski. Waiting. Goes low for Jammer. Off to the side. Gajewski forced into the wall. Now it's Jammer who takes some contact. Up top is Strasky holding. Lets the shot go. No deflection in front. Go, there were bodies. Strasky off to the side for Reimer. Wrist shot save made by Grega. He'll hold on.
Really like that first power play unit. The way they use the flanks. And Gajewski, you've seen a couple of set plays with that 1T that he just gets set up in the zone Ovi style and rips one home. And also Reimer on the other side offhand. He gets a couple of shots as well.
This is one back, poked free. Dribbles over the blue line as the Bulldogs have to head back to recover it. Callaway a drop pass for McLaughlin. Looking to lead the rush. There's some miscues now. It's Reagan. Dances around. His pass is popped up into the air. Poked free. Spinning feed intended for the stick of Monahan. Does not connect. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. Smith cuts to the right. Holding on his forehand. The wraparound gets lodged up into the netting. Started to hear some stick taps on the bench. Bulldogs thought they scored at first. Smith taking his time. 20 seconds left on the power play. Reagan up top for Mins, and it hit a rut in the ice and bounced over his blade. Mins all by himself, goes one-on-one. Distributes for Ziskinder. Wrist shot, pad save. Reagan to Mins, slides it in front, off the backside of Grega. And this one finds the back of the nets.
This one a defensive miscue. And Mins is going to go to the line as it works all the way around. He's trying to find the middle of the ice there, and it goes off of a Cardinal. And Greg not able to react in time as he goes right past him into the back of the net. The Bulldogs have hit double digits.
So again, the Bulldogs having 2 numbers in their scoring column on back-to-back days. Yesterday it was 13, now it's 10. 23 goals in 2 days, that's not too bad.
So you got 14 minutes to play too.
Mont using his speed as his pass deflected out of play. Thankfully that puck wasn't traveling too fast. I think it hit one of our photographers down in between the benches. Seems to be all right.
Normally doesn't happen, and you never see a puck going between the 2 benches, but that time it did.
Diving play, Belzeal gets his guy into the boards, and O'Malley. Shadowing play from Ziskinder is able to take the puck away. Top of the circle is Smith. A good move. His shot never came, was stick lifted as he was trying to let it fly. Mott again rushing by himself. Weidman also stick lifted. 2 good defensive plays on both ends of the ice there. One for the Bulldogs, one for Saginaw Valley. Gajewski stretches up for Weidman and is able to find Marley on the wing all by himself. Shrugging off that shot was Grega. Marley to Reimer, driving all alone. Gets around one man and Gonya. Spinning and shooting was Reimer. Down low, Gajewski will chase after it. Gajewski opens up, Reimer, his shot sticked away by Graba. The follow-up chance, blockered and hit off the head. Still bouncing around, Reimer fires, shrugged away, the rebound in tight, and it's pushed down below underneath the red line. Good sequence there from the Bulldogs offensive line. Back to the blue, stretching out was Strasky, able to keep it in. Wrister from Hilterman, and a glove save made by Graba. He'll snatch it out of the air and hold it.
Surprised that he was able to track that puck down, as he got a great vantage point up here from the booth. Hilterman shot top right in. There's about 3 or 4 players just right in front of Grega's eyes, and he was able to read that puck completely and get a glove on it.
This is one back for Turin, who steps on a shot. Sends it wide, point drive, tipped in front by Smith. Good deflection. And tracking it down off the blade is Graba.
Surprised. So far this whole entire game, it's still been the Cardinals where they're just leaving these points open, and the Bulldogs have been using it so much. I would expect some type of a change in the system, but they keep on trying to do the same thing. It's just not working out for them.
Turin to Strasky, who's flexed wrist shot, goes wide. Delayed call, Smith to the slot, sends it high. 6th attacker out for the Bulldogs. In between his feet, now it's Reagan. Bulldogs still holding on to it. Turin goes down to one knee for the shot, but it's deflected. Bulldogs are gonna head back to the power play here. I didn't really see anything.
The high stick on Reagan. Got one right right in the mouth, what it looked like. He was down for a little bit. We couldn't see it up here in the booth because it was right along the boards on our near side wall. But he's going off to the bench right now after checking himself for a little bit. Either way, another opportunity here for the Bulldogs, trying to extend their lead now to double digits.
Taking some time for Grega to strap up his helmet as we continue on. Reimer to Strasky. Waits for the pass. Didn't like it, so he didn't shoot. Now he does. Hard slap shot gets deflected wide. Turin slaps it back up top for Reimer. To Strasky as he takes a look. Winding. Good save made by Grega as he keeps another one out. Turin to Jammer. Straddling the blue is Strasky. Waiting again. Jammer tries an attempt of his own, but just slipped out over his grasp. Turin to Strasky. Back for Turin to the slot. Shooting. It's off center again. Gajewski to Reimer. Bulldogs snapping the puck around. Deflected in front. Turin gets it on net, and it's held on to by Grega. We'll see the second power play unit come out now for the Bulldogs.
And most of those shots right in the middle of the slot were actually shot passes, trying to go backdoor because of how aggressive Grega is on facing those pucks. He's outside of his blue paint, and Jammer there a couple of times. We're trying to be on the outside, trying to tip one home.
Mins, a drop pass for Reagan. He's forced down to the zone. McLaughlin, first guy there. Stops and sets it all up. Hits the L2 button. And spins around with the puck. Here's Smith, got his 100th goal in this game. Trying to add another one. Also found out in between periods it's his 150th game played as a Bulldog. To Calloway, to McLaughlin, shooting, scores! Ethan McLaughlin on back-to-back nights gets another. And the lead in double digits.
It's good recognition by him realizing the screen's in front of the net. As I think it was Smith there right in front of the net. And he picks his corner and finds himself with 2 goals in 2 games. 60 shots for the Bulldogs in this one as well.
Mott up ahead. Carrying is Belzile. Grabba plays it around. Weidman takes a shove as Belzile will find it underneath the red line. Weidman dishes to Mott. Picks up his head. Lets a pass go, and it's deflected out by a Saginaw skate. Weidman on the top of the circle, throws it deep. Mott off the blue line, plays it low for Belzile. In tight, Schallenberger with a shot, it's denied. Mott will go around. Grabba putting the stick blade on the backside of Belzile. Not sure what that was about. To Skinner, to Mott, wrists one, Weidman, opens, scores, plays it off the boards, and finds the back of the net.
It's a good play by Mott there. He recognized the screen in front of him, and that if he shot that one now, was most likely going to get blocked like his last one. So instead, he plays it in a good area where it's going to get a good kick off, and Weidman plays it perfectly and has a wide open net. And the lead is now 12-1.
See Grega sort of screaming for help right now and saying need some assistance. Certainly needed at this point.
Yeah, I feel bad for the kid. He was in all game yesterday and I was had to play a third of this one.
It's tough for goaltenders on both sides, really, as Marley will drive in, takes a shot, and it's shouldered away by Graba. A nice save.
Yeah.
On one end, you seeing all the shots in the world, and it just doesn't seem to end. And on the other side, you have to stay diligent and ready in case one comes your way.
Especially with the production of their shots that Saginaw has gotten. They've gotten a couple of great chances, even though they've only got 10 right now. I'd say at least 3 or 4 of them have been high-quality scoring chances. So as a netminder, that's got to be difficult when you only see 10 shots and half of them are really good quality.
.7:42 left to go here in the third period. Strasky with a stretch pass to the Callaway, gets over the line, lost it in between his feet. Seigert, another turnover. Stick check from Jammer. That hit 2 posts, and the officials say it stayed out as McLaughlin will drive it in on the follow-up attempt. Some sweet mitts from Justin Jammer and a fantastic shot. Somehow it doesn't find the back of the net.
I think that might have hit all 3, actually, because
the old triple post.
Originally, I thought that was going to be back barring in, and the way that puck went out, it's got a good chance because I think it went to north of us.
Well, we'll see if Justin Jammer can find one before the end of the period to get it back. Not that he needs it necessarily, but McLaughlin lost it. Here's Smith, wrist shot, glove save made by Eliason. Elects to play it instead of getting the whistle. Smart just to keep the flow of the game going. Glove down was DeStefanis. Zasky locks it up along the wall. Just about 6 minutes left to go here in the third period. Walkham with the quick out, gets over the line and back the other way. Bronowicz underneath the red line off the boards, connects a pass and the one touch. Changing possession. It's ahead the stick of Turin as Saginaw caught in a change here. Taking ice is Turin, cuts to the middle. Smith, wrist shot, glove save made, the rebound in the paint, and it's covered up. Grega will hold on to it. That was a fast developing odd man rush for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it was Smith, trailer coming in, and Turin recognized him being wide open and playing to him, and Grega makes a nice save going cross crease and gets it with the glove.
Smith with a pass. That went through for Ziskinder. Turin stops it on the blue line and rips it back the other way. Reagan able to caress it to Turin. Turns and fires. Blocker save made. Mott up top for Ziskinder. Pushes it through. Pad save made by Grega. Escorts it towards the side. Turin to Smith, all alone, the backhand not there. Winding around is Smith, lets it go, blocker save off the face of Turin as he's hugged by Blair. And it's ultimately covered up by Grega. 4:48 left to go here in the third period.
I like what Smith did there. He worked it all the way up top and started creating confusion for Saginaw as they're trying to get every single player with a bunch of people moving around, and it caused a little bit of confusion. But Grega being able to make the save.
Belzeal dishes down low. O'Malley lost it to Mins. Mins to Schaumburger. Big shot. kept out by Grega. Some fancy moves from the Cards. That was Bergeson. Here's Belzeal. This is towards the front. Poked away. Breakout pass intercepted and flexed back the other way. Strasky, a catch and release pass. Looks to the glass for Marley. There's 1-on-4 in that situation. Gajewski knocks it off. Grega stomping on the backhand behind the net. Ronowicz gets stick-checked by Marley. Reimer fresh to the ice, loses it at the center bruiser logo. Sampson through the neutral zone. Zaski dances with the puck. Reimer to McLaughlin, who joins the rush. Sliding through, open net there. Nobody to stuff it. Gajewski underneath the red line. Now it's Reimer. Up top for Zaski. Wrist shot blocked. McLaughlin fires. And a colossal slap shot from McLaughlin for the 67th shot of the night.
Yeah, we've seen Saginaw being able to block a couple of shots coming from the point this last couple of minutes. Might have one blocked, and it was Zaski with a blocked shot, but it went right into McLaughlin's stick. And the team went up.
And over the line, Mott hunting down his man. So play over for DeCallie. Looks like he got tripped up there. Callaway for Weidman, now back for DeCallaway, all alone, wrist shot. Shutting the door there was Grega, and it's turned over. Sam Sahar takes a hard shot from Ziskin, or he got popped right in the face. Jammer utilizing his speed, trying to find Weidman. Jammer towards the front, lost it. Weidman heading around the zone, minute and 39 left to go here in the third. Weidman flipping it over everybody's head as this game's starting to slow down as we near the end. Up top, that's Hilterman, a goal in the game already, sends one on. Good shot from him to get it through traffic. They'll send it right back to him. Waits, doesn't like what he sees. Goes down low for Smith, off for Jammer. Trying to slide it through. Smith to the slot, a good move, jumping around, takes it. And he puts it into the chest protector of Grega. 53.5 left to go here in this third period. Bulldogs just trying to run down the clock as best as they can.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that these past couple of minutes, the play has gone a lot slower. And a lot of just cross-team passes, lackadaisical play, but at this point, the game is obviously out of reach. .45 seconds left.
Mins up top for Strasky. Off for Mins, lets a shot go, blocked in front. In the slot. Saginaw with one last rush here as Beagle makes his way through. It's off the face mask of Hilterman. This is lifted through for Schaumburger to the slot. Mins waits it off and can't find a shot. Belzile with one more hit. Little time left here as the horn sounds and time will expire. The Bulldogs sweep the week series with Saginaw Valley and take this one by a score of 12-1. As Dylan Eliason will pick up his 4th win of the season in his freshman year campaign.
I played really well, only seen 11 shots, but again, we mentioned earlier in this period of a couple of them being high-quality chances. But overall, just impressive performance from the Bulldogs right up from the jump, really. It's been all Bulldogs today, and it's a tough time if you are a Cardinal.
So over 2 days, 25 combined goals scored for the Bulldogs. And only conceding one is not a bad 2-day span.
Now, tell me this, 74 plus 69. Go, come on right now.
I can't do that math. I cannot do that math. But that's well over 100 shots between 2 days. I cannot believe you just tried to test my math skills and completely embarrassed me. Might have to have a discussion about that after the broadcast.
I think it's 143. 74 plus 69. Sounds about right. You know, I just want to see your reaction there. Oh, that was perfect. That was unbelievable.
Good way to cap off the weekend, showing off my poor math skills.
We can't even started yet either. Well, you're supposed to be in school. Where's your math class at?
Listen, senior year. Can't do it. Oh, well. 12-1 our final score here from the Arrington Ice Arena. Bulldogs sweep Saginaw Valley State University in their 2-game series. They look ahead towards Niagara next week, which is a very important series for them. Niagara, a top 10 team within the ACHA, and always plays them very, very hard. But long trip out from the north part of New York, and I'm sure we're going to expect a lot out of that series.
Yeah, I think it starts next week Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. So that's going to be a fun one. Hope everyone tunes in for that one. Hey, as you mentioned before, they just beat Liberty 7-1, so they're a real team. And that's a real contest for the Bulldogs. It's really a pivotal point of their season as well, I would say.
We'll look towards next week as the Bulldogs take on the Purple Eagles. But from all of us up here in the booth, Alex Sherman, Tyler Ackerman signing off for tonight. We'll see you next week with more men's ACHA D1 action. Bulldogs win at 12-1. You've been watching Bulldog Hockey on ACTV.